Hello, YouTube. This is my second video of the day, but it's not in regards to nutrition or exercises. It's pretty much in regards to being happy with yourself, no matter what shape you're in. The nutritional and exercise advice I give are just to help you become a better version of yourself. And while I was thinking about that a little while ago, it reminded me of like a fable that I heard, and I thought it would be kind of cool to share it. It's about a raven who was very, very unhappy with his life. So he was sitting on a tree one day and he was actually in tears and was crying. And a monk, just so happened to be sitting underneath him, felt the raven's tears hit his cheek. So he looks up and he says to the raven, what's wrong with you? He said, why are you crying? And the raven just says, I'm just so unhappy with my life. People don't feed me. They shoo me away every chance they get. He says, death would probably be better than this. And he keeps on crying. And the monk says, I tell you what, with my mantras, what I'll do is I'll change you into any bird you want to be. So the raven gets very happy, very excited. And he says, I want to be a swan. I want to be a swan. So the monk says, yeah, I'll turn you into a swan. But first, I want you to go and find a swan and see if he's actually that happy. So the raven takes off and he flies and he flies and he flies and he comes across a swan swimming in a beautiful pond. And he says to the swan, he says, look at you. Your feathers are so white and pretty. You're so beautiful. You must be the happiest bird in the world. Well, the swan looks back and says, no, actually, I'm not. I'm quite sad because look at my color. It's just so bland. There's so many other birds with beautiful, vibrant colors, and here I am stuck inside this white pattern. So the raven says, well, who do you think is the happiest bird in the world? And the swan says, it has to be a parrot. He has so many beautiful colors. So the raven takes off, and he flies and he flies and he flies, and he finds a parrot in the jungle. He says to the parrot, he said, parrot, you look at your beautiful colors. You have to be the absolute happiest bird in the jungle. And the parrot says, no. He said, because of my beautiful colors, people are always trying to encage me and lock me up. So every day I fly around with fears that someone's going to catch me and put me in a cage. So the raven says, well, if you're not happy, then who could possibly be the happiest bird in the world or in the jungle or whatever? And the parrot says, it has to be the peacock. So the raven flies around and around and around, and he finally comes across a peacock. And he's in a zoo, and there are hundreds of people watching him. So once the people leave, the raven goes over to the peacock and says, wow, you're the most beautiful bird I've ever seen in my life. He says, you have to be the happiest. And the peacock looks back and says, no, actually I'm not. It's because of all these beautiful colors that people want to trap me and encage me in a zoo, just like I'm in now. And they also like to pick my beautiful feathers, and that hurts a lot. So no, I'm not happy, actually, after all. So then the raven says, well, if you're not happy, then who, in your opinion, has to be the happiest bird